Hi, everybody. Today we are discussing the changes in the traveling industry. After pandemic, a lot of industries are changing around due to certain circumstances that we are trying to discuss with Mridula Seni. She's the Chief Revenue Officer of IKASI. Welcome, Mridula.
Thank you, Alina. It's a pleasure to be here. One of the major areas where the travel industry should focus is the outdated marketing technology. I travel all over the world, and I speak to travel and hospitality industry leaders all over the globe. And one of the things I've noticed is that a lot of them are still using the CRM of the 90s and 2000s. But we are not in 90s and 2000s anymore. So, in fact, some companies are still using Excel sheets and SQL queries. This is really outdated. This is old technology. And what happens is when you use technology like this, you are still doing mass segmentation because you're still creating segments, and you are not really personalizing your messages, your offers, your promotions. That leads to a lot of room which is still left for optimization on yield, on demand, on inventory. And I think that's one area what I would like to say AI can focus and impact the bottom line, the P&L of a travel company directly is marketing.
Okay, and how do you see this segmentation? How deep should be this segmentation of the audience?
Artificial intelligence is a game changer. There are certain companies that are using AI really, really well. And I would say one of those companies is a giant like Amazon, Starbucks, American Express. American Express, for example, doesn't have a credit card limit for most customers. It's dynamic. That's really smart. And Starbucks, if you have the Starbucks app, you would know how Starbucks suggests you drink that you most often order at Starbucks based on your past behavior. You can also include weather data in it. So if it's raining and you are more prone to having a hot chocolate, it is possible for a coffee company to suggest you to have coffee. So there is a host of applications of AI that other companies, other industries are already using, and travel is still somehow behind in the adaptation.
Yes, I absolutely agree. I see these behaviors in the application, same like retargeting ads. It all come into your conversation, your choices, and then we see ads that suit your interest, right? But how does it translate in the travel industry?
So definitely tons of different ways AI can be used in the travel industry. The first easiest way I would say is hyper-personalization of marketing, promotions, and offers. I think this is one thing that can be applied immediately by the travel industry to create a direct impact on the bottom line. One of the advantages of AI, which is different from BI, from business intelligence, is that AI is not only giving you insight. AI is not only telling you who is not going to travel next month or who is not going to come to your store next month, basically churn prediction. So AI is not just giving you those insights. AI is one step ahead of BI. It's actually telling you, what do you do about that? What is it that you should send to Olena so that she actually makes a trip to the store?
So you control her decision, basically.
Exactly. So it's decision making, and that's how AI is so unique and so transformational that it basically just not giving you a bunch of more insights, and then you need, data analysts to analyze those insights and then strategy meetings to make decisions. AI is making those decisions for the companies.
And based on your experience, what is the time frame to influence a certain person to make the decision?
It depends. It depends on a lot of different cases on what is your goal. Is your goal, for example, let's say we work with different cosmetic companies. In fact, I had a meeting with a major cosmetic brand in the morning. they want to start cross-selling, and they want to have one profile for each customer. So what does that mean? They basically want to use AI, that cosmetics company, to find out what kind of products they can sell you more and at what price or at what discount. So let's say what they will do is that they will create 2 experiments with AI. I'm just creating a hypothetical scenario. I am somebody who likes to use more skincare, and you are somebody, assuming, who likes to use more makeup items. So first, the cosmetic company will use AI to send both of us a mixture of skincare and makeup. Based on what we buy, it will start zoning in more and more. Said, okay, Mridula, we saw that she bought a night serum and then she bought a day cream, but she did not buy the mascara. So 2 things can happen. Either she doesn't need a mascara, that's not her makeup routine, or she is really not into makeup at all. She's not into that segment at all. So let's send her another makeup item and another skincare item. And let's see if we can change her behavior. So they will do the same with you. So over a period of time, with every decision you make, AI is learning more and more about you and is creating a very unique profile about you. AI is, in terms of travel industry, AI is now deciding, are you somebody who likes to just sit at home and not do anything if it's a rainy day? Or are you somebody who actually would go pick up the car and go to a casino and say, hey, let me just play the game?
But how would AI identify that maybe I didn't need mascara that time, I need it later? How can you build that pattern on behavior? How can you predict?
Absolutely. AI is running millions of experiments in you at the same time. So AI is doing 2 levels of learning. One is individual, who is Ulina, and 2 is group level, who is Ulina more alike. So Ulina is a woman, assuming in her late 30s, white woman, she would have needs more similar to other white women. So that is a group level learning. And then the individual learning. Well, you may still be like a group, but you are still going to behave like an individual. So AI is going to run a lot of experiments in you. And what AI will do is that AI will suggest you products, offers, discounts, which is similar to others who are like you. And by the way, I just took an example of race and age. AI can analyze 2,000 different, 3,000 different patterns about you, your zip code, your wealth, your marital status.
And we as a company, we can provide our previous data that we received on our customers, right?
I'm just coming to that. That's called continuous learning. Okay. So let's finish the experiments parts first. So AI will suggest you products. And now let's say you didn't buy the mascara that time. That doesn't mean that you're dead end for a mascara. AI has noticed with other people like you that you tend to use mascara during winter months. Because maybe the mascara, doesn't stay as long during the summer months, or maybe it's a wedding season. Anything. So AI considers seasonality. It is consistently testing you. And obviously, the results are as good as the data. And, as long as the AI can run experiments in you. Now, the next thing is called continuous learning. And that's similar to what you were asking. So what is happening is every time you're making a decision, unlike the older technology, outdated technology systems, where a human or a BI system has to analyze data, AI is analyzing your decisions right when you make a decision. And then AI is saying, okay, she's going up, down, left, right, back, forth. Where is she going? And then more or less after some time, you settle in a certain, segment. That is your own segment, what we call segment of one.
Yeah, but my question was, do you start from the very beginning, from the white page, when you are sending general offers to segment the audience, or you can use the data of our company that our company collected from the past and implement it from the very beginning of the cycle?
When we start integrating AI, we basically first look at the existing data of the company. So there are different kind of data sets that we include. The first data, what we call is transactional data. That means what is a customer buying? When is a customer buying? At what rate, at what discount the customer is buying? All that is what we call transactional data. The second type of data, what we call is demographic data. Your age, your background, your zip code, where do you live, and so on. And that overlaps on your transaction data. And then there is a third kind of data that comes from external data sources. It could be a geolocation. It could be weather. It could be the census. It could be a ton of other things that are external to this.
That sounds very promising. Can you give us a couple use cases in travel where AI is making a big impact?
Absolutely. I think one use case that I would point out is hyper-personalization and loyalty marketing. So instead of the old generation, static, tier-based reward system, more and more travel companies are now using AI to create a more dynamic reward system. So, which is not tier-based anymore, or even if it's tier-based, it's like super micro segments. So it's hyper-personalized to every individual. So what would a dynamic reward system would look like? Couple of examples. Let's say you are supposed to qualify for your A-list preferred status with an airline for next year, but you are just 2 flights away. Now, obviously, it seems that that airline would like you to qualify for it because they want to continue having your loyalty next year. But you don't remember, you don't know, you're not checking. So what AI will do, AI will say, okay, Olina hasn't taken few trips in the last few months. She's only 2 flights away from her loyalty status system. Let me give her a temporary boost of points, or let me give her a temporary, offer, or let me send her an email right away. What is the right time to send an email? What's the content? It may or may not have a discount because obviously you don't want to be a discounted airline or a discount company all the time. So it will send that boost so that now you know that you are 2 flights away, or there are other things that you can do to get to that status.
And of course, I will do that because I want to get that sick.
But if you don't, AI would learn from that.
Give me another offer.
It will give you another offer. So this is how it goes on. There's another example. It's how do customers redeem their points or their miles. I'll give you an example. Myself, I have like few million miles on different airlines. I have the opportunity to travel the world, and I never use miles for miles. I would have like, oh, you have 3 million miles on our airline. Do you want to travel to this destination? I can simply get a ticket to go there. I use my airline miles on other kinds of things. For example, car rentals, especially if I'm going out with my family. One time, I actually got a lawnmower from my airline's points. I want the airline to recommend those things to me because I want the airline to know how I'm redeeming my points. And that's how they will. Not everybody wants to redeem points just through miles. Yeah, maybe that's more cost effective for airlines as a redemption compared to car miles. But then, to get my loyalty, the airline should know more about how I'm redeeming points. So there could be other examples. Maybe I'm always on the fence, like, oh, it's Christmas time. Do we go to location A or do we stay at home? If I'm on the fence customer, I'm possibly one of the better customers for AI, because AI's real superpower is moving the on the fence customer to the yes line. Because AI will say, okay, this customer is usually on the fence customer, so I need to send this customer some kind of offer. And when the customer moves to the yes line or doesn't move, then AI learns from that behavior.
Thank you, Mridula, so much for valuable insights. And I feel like the AI has a very huge potential.
Exactly, Alina. We are living in very exciting times. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.